I will live twice as hard for you.
What are some of the things that really attracted you to like this place as someone that's not originally from here?
Life in Taiwan in general is just great. I have a wonderful community of people. Whatever I'm doing, you know, for me, especially in the past couple years, everything's just only growing and getting better and better.
Welcome back to the Taipei Tonight Show. Next on our program is a very special guest. Now, Taiwan is known for its friendliness, known for its culinary delights, known for its amazing scenery, but it's also a very, very colorful society. People from all walks of life, from all around the world are here. Today we have a new friend, one of my new friends. He is a teacher, he is also an artist. So let's welcome Mr. Ellery Prescott. Have a seat, Ellery. Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
You are, some of our staff are quite excited to have you here. You're a long ways from home. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay, and then what brought you out to Taiwan in the first place?
I studied Chinese in high school and college. So after studying Chinese for 8 years, I thought, let's go live abroad and experience life abroad.
So you were one of those kids, the one kid that's decided to learn Mandarin.
Yeah,
I can't imagine it being a very popular subject at your middle school or high school.
I had no
time.
plans to learn Chinese at all, actually. I wanted to take French, but then it couldn't fit with my schedule, and they were like, the only foreign language at this time slot is Mandarin, and so...
Wow.
Yeah.
And how old were you? Did you start in high school, middle school?
14 years
14.
old, yeah.
Okay, so
in
that's
high
when
school.
you had to pick a second language.
Right,
for
exactly.
school, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry to jokingly put it that way, that you were that one kid, because I had that one friend from high school. I still remember his name was Brandon.
Yeah.
And he was that one kid that studied Japanese. And we're still, now through Facebook, through digital media, we're still connected. This high school buddy of mine, which was the only white kid that was in Japanese class.
Right, yeah.
Right? All the rest of them were Japanese people trying to get an easy A.
Yeah.
But he genuinely loved the culture, and he became a very important part of it. And he's, living and working in Japan now.
Yeah, sure.
All right. And then you traveled. I mean, what parts of the world have you in Asia, or mostly for the Mandarin speaking places?
Yeah, I mean, I studied in China for a little while during college, and then since living in Taiwan for the past 10 years, I've had the chance to travel throughout Asia, most recently to the Philippines, but also, Southeast Asia and Japan and Korea. It's a really cool part of being able to live abroad is that Taiwan is so close to all of these other countries.
Yes.
So, for Americans, it's very all my friends and my family back home, they're like, you're so adventurous. And I'm like, no, these countries are just very close to where I live. It's like going from Madison, Wisconsin to Ohio in terms of distance. It's not actually that far away.
I use that analogy all the time because people back home, they don't understand the proximity.
Right.
So going to these places is really almost like going to different states.
Right, exactly.
Because America's so big.
Yeah.
Right. And here it's just a short flight away, and you're right there.
Exactly.
But I am curious. I mean, a kid that grew up in Wisconsin. What got you curious in the Asian culture and eventually bringing you out? You are, I would say, quite adventurous compared to your peers at the time.
Well, I guess it's just being open to trying new things, because when it was like, oh, do you want to try out Mandarin Chinese? It was like,
what's that?
Okay, yeah. So in a sense, I guess that is kind of adventurous. But I was also lucky enough to just have really terrific teachers who, were able to teach the language, because I was never really particularly, I think, good at difficult subjects in school. So, and then I think, when I graduated college, it was wanting to experience, I feel like a lot of people come to Taiwan because they want to experience something new and different and explore other cultures. I don't know exactly what that is, but...
So how long have you been here?
11 years.
You've been here 11 years.
Yeah, and it's really gone fast. It's blinked and it happened. Yeah.
So, I mean, was it a planned thing? Was it, I was going to go check it out and then it kind of grew on you? What was it like for you to make that decision to come?
Because living here, you know, every day you're constantly exposed to new things. I feel like I'm constantly slowly more deeply understanding Taiwan, and that just takes it takes a long time, you know, to really deeply appreciate and understand another culture. And I just love that process. So I love that process of constantly, you know, improving my Chinese, constantly experiencing and seeing new things. And then I go back to the United States and it's like, this is a little bit boring because this is what I grew up with and I already am familiar with everything. So there's not that sort of, it's almost like a lifestyle of like constantly learning, you know.
Part of the reason why we have you here today is I understand you are a very talented artist as well.
Sure.
You write and perform your own music.
Yes.
You're a musician as a part of your trade. How did that start and what have you been doing?
I started learning to play guitar and then shortly after that writing songs when I was about 10 years old. So I went to a summer camp where everyone played guitar, you know, so it was kind of like, oh, I want to try that. And then with songwriting, it was kind of like, I didn't actually really know what I was doing, but I was always sort of good at coming up with a melody pretty easily. So yeah, and then that kind of developed through high school and college. I just kept doing it, and you know, when you do something and you get like a positive response from people, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm like doing something with this. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of how that developed. And then I recorded one album and then one EP in my first few years in Taiwan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of style, what kind of music do you do?
Basically acoustic music and folk music, I would say.
And you know what? We just happen to have an acoustic guitar.
Oh, it just happens to be right here.
You go. I mean, can we?
I would be happy to play a little bit of a song.
All right, let's give it up. Come on.
Doesn't happen very often. Sudden change. No one thought it would go this way. Reality no one can escape. Maybe written somewhere, maybe just a mistake. But there are seasons in life, seasons you don't get to see this time. But I will live them for you, live twice as hard for you. I will live twice as hard for you.
That's very, very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for performing that for us. You have been in Taiwan for 11 years, and singing is one of your talents, and Mandarin language obviously is one of your strong suits as well. I understand you just became a permanent resident in Taiwan.
Yes.
Right? What's your trade here?
The main thing that I do, I am a teacher of English and Chinese. So when I moved to Taiwan, I thought, why don't I try to help other foreigners learn Chinese? Because I really have such a passion for it, and I have a passion also just for teaching in general.
Okay.
So I started sort of teaching one-on-one other foreigners Chinese, and then I also have been teaching English. First I was teaching in cram schools, like a lot of foreigners when they first come to Taiwan, you get an ARC or working in a school. So I've worked with like teaching grades like 1 through 5, and then I started teaching adults once I got my APRC a couple years ago.
Okay, wow, so cool. So you could teach both. You could teach people English, and at the same time you could teach others Mandarin as well, because you speak fluent Mandarin. We heard your amazing, beautiful voice. It's stunning. But there's a there's a happy and party side of Ellery that I want to talk about, and we want to explore a little bit as well. So
gladly.
let's take a short break. We'll be right back.